Okay, we have all been there. You've got a mountain of research, a deadline that's getting way too close, and you just know your main argument is buried somewhere in all that chaos. Well, today we're going to turn that chaos into cohesion. Let's get right into it.
Does this feel a little too familiar? You've got dozens of tabs open, books piled high, notes scattered everywhere. It feels like you're literally drowning in information. You know you can feel it. That killer argument is in there somewhere. But how in the world do you find it and pull it all together?
That is exactly what we're here to fix. I want you to start thinking of yourself as a kind of orchestra conductor. Right now, each source is an instrument just making its own noise, but your job, and what I'm about to show you, is how to get them all to play a beautiful, cohesive symphony together. So, what's the secret tool for this job? You might look at your assignment sheet and just see the words compare and contrast, but let's reframe that right now. This isn't just some boring chore you have to get through. This is actually a powerful advantage. It's the very process that's going to forge your argument into something strong. The official name for this is comparative source analysis. Yeah, I know it sounds a little formal, but all it really is a smart way to look at your research, connect the dots, and build an absolutely killer argument. This whole process, it's not about jumping through hoops for a grade. It's a method designed to make you a clearer thinker and a much stronger writer. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. We're going to break it all down into a super straightforward 3-step method. If you follow this, I promise you are going to unlock some powerful ideas that are just hiding in your research. Here they are, the 3 core actions. First, you're going to strategically select 4 sources and group them into 2 pairs. Next, you'll compare them, looking for those interesting points where they agree or, even better, where they disagree. And finally, you will explain the specific job that each source is going to do in your essay. That's it. Select, compare, explain. It's really that simple. So for step 1, you're picking 4 sources and you're making 2 pairs. Now, the key here is do not pick 4 sources that all say the exact same thing. That's boring. You want friction. You should be actively looking for sources with different perspectives, or ones that make clashing arguments, or maybe they use completely different kinds of evidence. Trust me, that's where the really interesting analysis begins. Now for step 2, we're getting specific. It's not enough to just say your sources are different. You gotta use this checklist as your guide. What is their actual argument? What's their main point? Are they using cold hard statistics, or are they telling personal stories? And who are they trying to convince? Answering these questions, that's where the real thinking starts to happen. Let's make this feel a bit more real. So imagine you've picked your first pair of sources. Source A is all about the numbers. We're talking hard data, economic impacts. But source B, well, source B brings in the human side of things. It's full of expert opinions and focuses on the social consequences. And look how simple your summary can be. You really don't need to overcomplicate it. Just one clear sentence that nails the core difference between them is all it takes. This shows that you totally get the fundamental contrast between your sources. So, here's the crucial point. Why are we even doing this? Because data plus voices equals a much, much stronger story. Think about it. One source gives you the what, and the other gives you the so what. You put them together, and suddenly you have a compelling, multidimensional argument that is really, really hard to ignore. Okay, so you've done the heavy lifting, the analysis. Now comes the best part, the payoff. This next step is basically the blueprint. It's where all this prep work you've done maps directly onto your final essay, which, by the way, is going to make the actual writing part so much easier. And that brings us to step 3, giving each source a role. Seriously, every single source in your paper needs a specific job. Is its job to define the problem? Is it there to prove the consequences? Or maybe you're using it to bring up a counterargument that you're about to tear down. You need to be super clear about each source's purpose. Let's go back to our example, right? We've got source A, the one that's all about statistics. Well, its job in our essay is to explain the consequences of the problem. It brings the hard evidence, it shows the scale, the scope. It proves to your reader that this issue is a big deal and it's absolutely worth paying attention to. And now let's look at source B, the one with all the expert opinions. Its role is to put a human face on all those numbers from source A. It highlights how the population is actually affected. It takes all that abstract data and makes it personal, relatable, and way more impactful. And there you have it. You've done the hard intellectual work. You are officially at the finish line.
Now we just need to make sure all that effort pays off with a nice, polished final product. So, here is a quick submission checklist.
Just do one final check. Have you analyzed two different pairs? Did you clearly compare them and explain what each one contributes to your argument? Are all your citations in order? And please, whatever you do, do not skip that final proofread. It makes such a huge difference. And hey, don't lose easy points on formatting. Just keep it clean, keep it professional, 2 to 3 paragraphs for each pair, standard 12-point font, double-spaced, 1-inch margins. It's simple stuff, but it shows you're taking this seriously. Finally, the most critical details. Make sure you get this in by Sunday, March 29th at 11:59 p.m. and make it a Word doc or a PDF. Go ahead, set a reminder in your calendar right now so you don't forget.
So, that's the whole process. It's more than just ticking a box on an assignment. It's a whole new way to think. You are the conductor, and now you have the skills to lead your orchestra. So the only question left is this: what powerful conversation are your sources going to have?